Ladies and gentlemen, I am Lego Builder 4, and I'm back with another video, okay? So, originally, I was gonna do this, funny video, a bunch of these just random, dumb clips that I've made and put together, and I was gonna post that. Now, why didn't I post that yesterday? Being as I didn't post a video yesterday, I was lazy, I guess. Sorry about that. YouTube is like a thing that I do. I mean, I do try to upload at least once a week. I do like to upload at least once a week, but I was just lazy yesterday. So, anyway, but I'm uploading today, so, and you guys saw the thumbnail, you saw the title. Here it is, ladies and gentlemen. I got it. So here it is, ladies and gentlemen. The Lego Star Wars, the Sith Mosaic. And it is huge. This box is so big. I'll just put my hand in front of there to get a bit of perspective. It's a big box. So, anyway. The Sith Mosaic, like I already said. And then down here, 3,406 pieces, $120, 120 US dollars, and the 18 and up age recommendation. Now, here is the thing. Actually, before I get into that, I'm going to just show you guys. Obviously, you have your choices, okay? You have the Darth Vader option on the cover. Then if you go down here, you also can pick between Darth Maul and Kylo Ren. Personally, I have chosen to do Darth Maul. Darth Maul is my favorite Star Wars Sith Lord. At least between the prequels to the sequels. And yeah, I'll say it. I'm a diehard prequel fan. And if you don't like that, well, then I don't know what to say. I mean, I don't want to get into an argument or anything, but I'm a diehard prequel fan, okay? And if I'm gonna be honest here, if Darth Vader was the only option to build, or if Kylo Ren was the only option of a build, and this remained to be $120, I would not have bought it. I really wouldn't have. Darth Vader's cool and all, but I love Darth Maul. So, wait, Darth Maul. So anyway, now that I've shown the set and everything, let's cut on over. Did I say that right? I've said it before, I'll say it again. I am not good with words. Let's cut on over to the speed build. So ladies and gentlemen, here it is. The Lego Star Wars Darth Maul's Sith Mosaic. Now, I am not completely sure how many pieces I used, because I actually had quite a few extra pieces. Now, I'm not just mean like a couple of each color left over. If you saw with all the bags I had at the end of that last speed build, there was a lot of parts left. So I did the calculations by 16 by 16 for each one of these squares, and I don't know what the number was, but anyway, I then times that by 9 because there are 9 panels to get this entire mosaic together, and I used a total of 2,304 studs. And I did this all in one night. Took me about 3 hours to do. And, 2,304 manually placed, one by one, studs. It's a lot of studs. And when I woke up this morning, my thumb was still hurting from putting in all of these studs. Now, if you see that they got the little Star Wars thing behind it, right there. But if I kind of like get to the side, maybe... Oh, if I kind of get into that corner there, you can kind of see some studs that are right behind it. So yeah, there are still studs behind that is holding it out. Makes it stick out. And so yeah, 2,304 one by one manually placed studs. And so here's my thought process how I was going through this. The first 3 panels, I was actually having fun with it. The middle 3 panels, I was kind of getting like, alright, I'm still going with this, it's okay. And then these 2 panels, I was like, oh boy, here we go, we can get through this. And this one, I was just dying by the time I got to the 9th panel. But, yeah. And then, of course, I also, after the 9th panel, I still had to make an outline, a frame for it, which has one, flat kind of piece here, and then 2 bricks, and then another flat piece, which is actually flat, that goes around it to give it that nice, slick frame look. So, if I'm being honest, not too sure where I'm going to hang this up, but for now it's just sitting here, looking all awesome. And yeah, so anyway, I'm going to show you the extra parts now, and I'm going to talk to you about how this was a little hard, except very easy. Oh, so actually, yeah, I'll show you the parts. So, a couple of them fell out, but here is one bag, and I'll get into why it has the number 7 on it in a second. But anyway, these studs fell out. So, obviously, you guys are probably seeing this, and like, Lego Builder, are you sure you built this correctly? Does it look like I built it correctly? Because I think it looks like I built it correctly. And others, that's just a possibility of what some might be thinking. And then possibly all of you, or just some of you, are like, oh, well, I know exactly why he has so many extra parts. And that reason being that, well, you have multiple choices between, obviously, Darth Maul, and then Darth Vader and Kylo Ren. So I think that some of the other choices, Darth Vader and Kylo Ren, used more of these kind of parts than Darth Maul did, and that's why there's so many of these. Because as you can see, like, number 1 bag has barely any left, 9 only has 2 left, 10 has 4 left, and so yeah, etc, etc. Like, you can see, some of them have a few left, then there's bags that are like practically full to the top. So, yeah. Oh gosh, yeah, this next bag is very full. I mean, all the bags are still open, so I'm trying not to, like, spill them out. That was bag 2. And you guys are probably wondering why I hand-labeled them. Others, if you had the set, you probably already know why. And or maybe you've seen a review and you know why. So anyway, let me show you why. Okay, so this is the instruction booklet for the Mosaic. So if I kind of like place it down here and open it up, you know, you got like the story behind all of them and what page they start. Darth Maul was actually the first Mosaic that they show you how to do, which was very convenient for me. So here it is. This is how they show you how to build it. You have all of your colored bags of studs in the box that you open, and then when you open the booklet, you can see they show you what color corresponds to what number. And then they use those numbers and show you on the pamphlet where on each of the squares they're supposed to go. Now I went from up to down, and then I went up to down, left to right when I was building these for all 9 of them. So you know, I feel like that process worked pretty well. So anyway, now that you know why these all are colored, and you also know why they're numbered, although some of you might just be thinking, well, why couldn't you have just looked at that and be like, okay, I know which one's which. Number one, it's just easier. You know, it's easier to have them numbered, so that way you're not like looking around like, okay, what color's what, and everything. And then here's the second reason. So I've said this like once. I know I've said it once, but maybe twice before in my videos. I'm colorblind, so I look at some of these bags here, and I'm like, wow, some of them look very similar. So I just put the Star Wars book pamphlet away. Some of these look very similar to me. Like, number 1, the first bag, and the second bag, these two look pretty similar. The only reason I was able to tell the difference was because of that kind of like metal shine to the number 2. And then bag 7 over here, I mean, that one actually I could have identified. 4 was easy. Okay, but then, here we go. 9 and 8. They look somewhat similar to me, but while looking through this on the camera lens, it's actually a lot clearer than it is when I just look at them without the camera. Or 9 and 8. They look kind of similar to me. And then, yeah, so then there's one other. Oh, yes. 11 and 12 look pretty similar to me. Oh, and then one more. 12 and 2. Now, I'm sure you guys, well, I mean, I'm saying this out of my color blindness, so maybe others it's very obvious, but to you guys, maybe you can see how I had trouble between 12 and 2. And then 12 and 1. Here, let me move the back. This is 1, that's 12. They look almost identical to me. So, you guys are probably now thinking, well, how do you know you labeled the bags correctly? 1, that looks pretty accurate to me. And 2, I didn't label them. My dad was kind enough to go ahead and label the bags for me to correspond with the numbers on the booklet, and then I used those numbers of the bag to put together the Mosaic. That is really the only reason I would have had trouble with this. But because my dad labeled the bags, I had no problem building this. And so going back to what I was going to say before, and then just never did because I forgot, yesterday when I built this marked a very special day to me. This set right here that you guys are all looking at is my very first Lego, not just Lego Star Wars, Lego 18 and up recommended set that I've ever built. I've built 16 and up sets. Like, I have the Harry Potter Hogwarts Castle. The 16 and up one that's like super big, has 6,020 pieces. I have that. I built that. That took me 3 days to do. And then I have the Lego Star Wars Death Star, number 2. This second one. Wait, no. Number 1. The one that's out right now. I have that. At the time of the release of this video, the Death Star that is out, I have. And I built that, and that's 16 and up. But I've never had an 18 and up recommended set before. And so, this was my very first one, and it's a very special set to me because of that. But, like I said, besides labeling the bags, this was pretty easy to do. I mean, I think the number one thing you need to have when building this is patience and concentration. And as long as you have those two things, and can tell the difference between the colors here, this should be a pretty easy set for you to build too. Anyway, so yeah, I mean, I don't think I'm going to do a review on this, because I think in order to do a proper review, I would have to have all 3 portraits. And I'm not going to spend another $240 to be able to build the other 2. And then spend another 3 hours or more building 2 more of these each. 3 hours each for those 2. So, I'm good with the Darth Maul one. And like I said before, I don't really care about the Darth Vader and Kylo Ren one anyway. So yeah. Anyway, I used 2,304 studs, and then a few extra pieces to build the frame. And then I obviously have a ton of pieces left over. So, anyway, this is the finished design, guys. I know I'm repeating myself at this point, so because of that, I think I'm just going to end the video here. If you liked today's video, make sure to hit that like button. And then make sure to subscribe, turn the notification bell on, so that way you know the next time I upload. And I will see you all in the next one, which will be sometime next week. And maybe next week is when I'll post that funny random video that I was talking about earlier. Bye, guys.